Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to rank the Dark Knight trilogy here. Now I know what you're thinking. You might be thinking, hey Kian, you didn't review any of the Dark Knight movies or Batman movies. Why are you ranking them? Well, it's because I haven't uploaded in a while and I am very sorry about that. I had to buy a camera and I had to do a lot of other stuff as well. I've just been kind of busy, but I'm planning on getting videos fresh out now. And I just recently watched the Dark Knight trilogy. I've been wanting to talk about it, and I haven't seen Transformers Dark of the Moon yet, even though I'm planning on reviewing that soon, so just stay tuned for that review. And just the fact that I want to just get back in the game. So I thought this would be a fun video to do, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. Before I get started on this review, though, I wanted to just say that I don't think any of these movies are bad. They're all great movies. They're all in the A range, and I really like them all, and I think they're all great films. So even though I put, say, one movie in last place, does not mean I like it any less than the other movies. So let's just get started, right? And another thing is spoilers. I am going to be spoiling these movies. If you haven't seen them, stop this video, go watch them. They're all on Netflix. Come back, watch this video, and you can hear my thoughts. And before I get started, comment down below, what do you rank the Dark Knight trilogy? I'm always loving your comments, guys. It's so fun to answer them and see what you guys are ranking. I absolutely love when you guys comment on the vid. So just hit that like and subscribe button, comment down below. What did you think of this Dark Knight trilogy and how do you rank it? But with all that said, let's get started. So coming in last place for me is going to be Batman Begins. Now, like I said, I don't dislike this movie. I think it's great. I really like this movie. I don't dislike it at all. It's more of a matter like what would I go rewatch, and this just comes in last place. It's like still in third, right? So what I didn't really like about this movie, though, I'm just going to start off with my negatives, are the fight scenes. The fight scenes are way too quick cut. It's not the action sequences in general. I think those are actually pretty exciting and fun. It's just the fight scenes, like the hand-to-hand combat. No one didn't really figure out a way to film that quite yet, and I just don't think that it was filmed very well, and it was very quick cut, and it was hard to kind of see what was happening. And there were some odd edits throughout the movie that I picked up on, and I was like, okay, that was kind of weird, but I looked past it and it was fine. Those are my negatives, guys. I think this movie is great. I really like Batman Begins. It's probably one of my favorite origin stories. I think Christopher Nolan does a beautiful job handling this origin story, and it's absolutely great. The cinematography in general, not during the fight sequence, but like the landscape shots, all those shots are great. And I think that Christian Bale does a fantastic job as Batman here. And this movie is the most Batman that you get out of any of them. Because like the other two focus on the villains, it's kind of like 50-50. But this is Batman's story. And the villain in this movie isn't given much, but he's given enough. You know, it's Ra's al Ghul, and then there's Scarecrow. And I think those are both pretty good villains, but not as good as the ones later on, of course. But this movie is focusing on Batman, and I think that was very good and necessary. One thing I think that this movie does the best out of all the Dark Knight movies is it gives Gotham the best like character of its own. Like you really feel like Gotham's a character of its own in this movie, and I feel like that Batman Begins does the best job at portraying Gotham as it is, right? With all the like crime and everything. It's just I think it does the best job in my opinion, all the corrupt cops and all. And I think that this is a great introduction to an amazing trilogy, and I have like a couple of few issues, but I'm all positive on Batman Begins. I think that all the acting is great, and I love this movie. So I don't hate it at all. I love it. I just have a couple of issues here and there. So that's why it comes in at number 3. Coming in at number 2 for me is going to be The Dark Knight Rises. Now, I like this movie just a little bit more than the other one because I think the action in this movie is the best out of the entire trilogy. I know some people might disagree with that, but I think it's awesome, the action in this movie. Also, I think this third act is pretty epic. I don't love to use that word a lot because it's an overstatement, and usually people overutilize that word. But this movie deserves it, and the third act, the way that Nolan like takes down the city and has all the criminals running loose. It's epic, and I absolutely love the third act of this movie. This movie has plot holes, however, that is very apparent, and that's you don't really usually see in a Christopher Nolan script. That's probably my only issue here is the plot holes, like how we got back from that tunnel and just like all the stuff like that. I just it's noticeable here. So those plot holes are noticeable here, and that's my only issue with this film is just like it's unexpected to have this in this type of script. But other than that, I think this movie is fantastic. My mom said it was too long, and that's why she didn't like it. I think it pads out the runtime pretty well. I didn't feel the length really with a 2 hours and 45 minutes. Like I didn't really feel that. I felt like more 2.5, 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I think they really did a very good job with the pacing of this film. I think all the acting is great. Michael Caine is amazing in this film. He probably gives his best performance as Alfred. Christian Bale is always is great. Morgan Freeman, they're all great. Everybody does a fantastic job. And I think that Anne Hathaway is great as Catwoman, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt is also great as Detective Blake, and he's that Robin at the end, which I thought was awesome. I think that was really exciting. My dad was like, they should make another one of these. And I'm like, yeah, I know that'd be pretty awesome. But it does really well as a trilogy. And Gary Oldman, I think, does a fantastic job here as well. I think he's great. He's been great in all of these movies. So all the acting in here is really great. And the emotional push of this movie, like the emotional side, is the biggest, I think, out of all the Batman movies. And you really feel the emotion in this film, right? And it has a good twist at the end with the female character at the end there. I think that was a great twist. Sorry, I totally forgot her name. My bad. But the fact that she was Ra's al Ghul's daughter, I thought that was a fantastic twist. And Tom Hardy as Bane, I think that was awesome. I love Tom Hardy as Bane. Some people have an issue with his voice, but I think it's great. I think he does a great job in here. He has this weird kind of way he puts his sentences out. It's like always questioning everything, and I think he does a great job in this movie. I like how bulky he is. I like that he's more of a physical threat in this movie. Overall, this movie, guys, it's awesome. I can't praise this movie enough, and it does a fantastic job closing out this trilogy. But coming in at number one is gotta be The Dark Knight. I was debating on putting which one do I put at number one. Do I put Dark Knight Rises or The Dark Knight? But I had to go with The Dark Knight. The way that Christopher Nolan tells the story, the way that he does the Joker, the way he descripts this film, I thought was absolutely incredible. The cinematography, the acting, the action, like it's all just a huge step up for me. And I just like this movie is absolutely incredible. It's top 10 comic book movies, top 5. Like it's this movie is darn right fantastic. It's an A plus for me. If I ever review this movie, it's got to be an A plus. I have basically no issues with this movie. It doesn't have much of an emotional push, maybe with Harvey Dent's character, but not a lot until like maybe the third act. But that's okay. And I think that the Joker in this movie, guys, he was absolutely incredible. Heath Ledger as the Joker was amazing. And rest in peace, by the way. But this guy does the Joker so well. He's insane. His laugh.
Choose between one life or the other. Your friend, the district attorney, or his blushing bride to be. You have
His planning and everything. I feel like he does the Joker so well, and him and Joaquin Phoenix are both the best Jokers by far, like by far. I absolutely love those two, and the fact that he was making this much of an impact on this movie, like I was more interested in him sometimes than Batman, which was just all Heath Ledger, and I just can't praise that guy enough for making such a great Joker. I also really like the commissioner in this story as well. I feel like he does a great job again, and all the action is a huge step up from the first one. It's got long takes, the fight scenes are much better shot, and just this entire movie I feel like is much better shot than I'd say even The Dark Knight Rises, in my opinion, because like just some of these shots are, guys, I think are fantastic. The only issue I have with this movie is the only thing I could bring out is when Batman catches Rachel and they start falling, they fall in that taxi. First of all, Rachel didn't break a bone. okay, whatever. And also, he kind of just left the Joker up there. Like, what happened after that? No, it's not explained. So that's the closest thing I can get to a negative right there. But overall, guys, this movie's great, and this trilogy is fantastic. Hey guys, I hope you really enjoyed that video. I'm sorry that this video was late, or you didn't even expect this one, but I'm sorry that I haven't uploaded in a while, and I'm going to try and upload more and more now with my new camera and everything. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and also comment down below, what did you think of the Dark Knight trilogy, and how do you rank them? All that fun stuff down below. Hit that like and subscribe button, and stay tuned for more.